Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The Blues Brothers. And this movie came out in 1980, and it's considered a classic movie. And I used to watch this movie a lot when I was younger. I just found it to be really fun. And rewatching the movie, I still like it. I think it's a good movie overall. And I think it gets more things right than wrong. And one fun detail about the movie is that I believe it was originally an SNL skit from '76 and eventually just worked its way up into a movie from there. Just a little fun fact for you guys. And this movie was surprisingly well shot, and it wasn't like shaky cam or things that you couldn't really make out what was going on. And it was overall a well shot movie. And there are some parts where it does kind of cheat things, like the car jumping over the bridge scene was like cheated in a way that was really obvious, and that was a bit distracting. And there are little things like that that you're just going to have to accept while watching the movie. And this movie is a comedy, and the comedy is funny, and I like our two main leads a lot. I think they're very likable, and the performances are also really fun. Dan Aykroyd, I think he's really funny in this movie. And Josh, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. The guy who played Jake, he was really great. Rest in peace. I thought he did a really great job in this movie. And Carrie Fisher is also in the movie. She's pretty funny. And I forgot that she was in the movie. And her character as well. And what they do with her character was pretty funny. And the music in the movie I thought was pretty catchy. I like that it was a comedy and a musical. And I also appreciated that they tried to do different genres of music. That was another thing that I liked. And they also succeeded at doing those things. It didn't come across as like an embarrassing attempt at trying to do different genres of music. I thought that they were also successful at doing that. And overall, it just has a nice, fun, goofy tone to it, and I think it complements the film pretty well. And now I'm going to have to get into my issues with this movie. I don't love it like I used to, and I don't know if people consider this to be a huge classic or not, but it's a film that I like. I'm just not in love with it, because there are elements about it that just felt like they could have been handled better. Like, all of the action in this movie is just car chase scenes, and it's kind of boring once you understand like that's all it has to offer as far as the action goes. And not saying that it was poorly filmed by any means, but it just feels like redundant, like nothing's really being progressed. And I do feel as though they are stretched out to the point where they do become boring eventually. And I do also think that this movie is too long. This movie is like 2 hours and 13 minutes long for no reason. And it easily could have been like an hour and a half. There's no reason why this movie needed to be 2 hours, let alone over 2 hours. And I also think that the first half is better than the second half. The first half, everything is established pretty clearly, and I'm enjoying getting the band together, and I like where the story was going. Love all that. But then we get into the second half, and it just feels like it has nowhere to go for a long time, and it's just the same thing happening over and over again, and I just kind of ran out of steam while watching it, and it did kind of get pretty boring after a while. And that's about all I have to say about the Blues Brothers. It was decent. I enjoyed it enough. And the director, John Landis, I've seen a few of his movies. I've seen An American Werewolf in London, Trading Places. I've watched a bit of Coming to America. And I'm familiar with some of his movies. And I haven't loved any of them. Most of them are just fine and passable. There's nothing about his movies that I would call incompetent for the most part. They at least have some effort put into them from memory. And that's one thing that I can say about his movies. So in the end, it's a good movie. Check it out, and I think you'll enjoy it. So with all that being said, I'm going to give The Blues Brothers a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you love The Blues Brothers, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Cowboys and Aliens, directed by Jon Favreau. I don't know anything about this movie, really. All I remember is that I saw the trailer for it when I was going to watch Thor in theaters, and when the title of the movie showed up, everyone in the theater was laughing. That's all I know about it. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.